in the league in a short, 6 years. It's amazing. And can somebody give Bob some fucking credit? They want to talk about super teams, this, super team that. I never played on the super team. You started the super team, bro. I ain't joined the super team.
Talking to LeBron. This is
I don't know what you just did, Slim, but you did something to them boys.
Draymon Green talking to
We
LeBron.
appreciate you joining the super team.
That's
I never played on the super team. That's crazy.
crazy, huh?
Let's see. Slim was the second pick in the draft. Steph was 7. Clay was 11. I was like 47. You know, one no number 4, number 5. We just doing better. You know? Give credit where credit due. We ain't had no number 1 picks to build this thing. We just put it together. So like I said, shout out to Bob. You know, Bob is definitely the best GM in the league. And he just sit back. Don't want no credit. I'm giving you credit. Way to get it done.
Draymond. Dre. Can I call you Dre? You know, it's not super team because they were, they picked a bunch of number 1 draft picks. That's not even possible in the NBA. You can't do it because of the cycle of who gets the number 1 draft pick in order to try to even out the games. You have a super team when you have classified number 1 to 10 players usually playing in the same region, conference, or on the same team. So when you're the number 1 defender, Steph Curry was MVP, 2-time MVP. Durant is pretty much the number 2 or 3 player in the whole league. And of course you can go to Clay and, so on and so forth. When you have those type of numbers, and then no other team has a number 1, 2, and 3. You have the number 1 defender, the number 1 scorer, and I don't know where Clay would fall into that. And then I don't know where Durant will fall into that. He's pretty much the number 2 or 3 player. So, that's how you build a super team. You get the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys together, and nobody can beat you. That is a super team. Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? That's how you build a super team. It didn't happen in the draft. It happened in trading. It's like trading cards. You know what I mean? It's like playing a game of blackjack. You try to trade cards to get the best hand. You guys have the best hand. That's all that's to it. Then you're going to come at LeBron like he said something that was way out of order. Like, that's not impossible that we are the super team. We beat you guys 4-1, who are the defending champs. We just wiped you guys off the map. First 3 games, you guys were not even in the game. You wasn't even in the game until game number 4, and come back and we, clean your clock at number 5. And then number 4, you had to get help to win. You know what I'm saying? They had to get help to win. Like, come on. There was no competition. 4-1 is not competition, Draymond. You are on a super team, Dre. Okay? That's all that's to it. What LeBron said made sense. You're on a lopsided super team. Okay? You have the best players pretty much playing on your squad. Don't try to make, B seem like, he's saying something that's just total just it's not even possible. Let's hear this. That was on World Star. Thank you to the big homie Supreme Allah. I'm gonna listen to what Max Kellerman has to say because
whatever anyone, including Kevin Durant, tells you about why he chose what he chose when he chose the Warriors, Kevin Durant was reacting to LeBron James by making that move. How else was he ever going to be on a team great enough to beat the Kings? And now LeBron James has to react to Kevin Durant. Not because Kevin Durant is better than LeBron James. He's not. No, LeBron has to react to KD because how is he ever going to be on a team great enough to beat these Warriors? So what's LeBron's move? There's really only one that makes all the sense in the world because there's only one consideration in today's NBA. Being on a team good enough to beat the reigning super team. Better basketball teams are the end game here, as Adam Silver recently said. So does LeBron stay in Cleveland? Kyrie's great at what he's great at, and Kevin Love has real value, and Tristan Thompson, and it's his hometown. I get it. But realistically, what can the Cavs do to surpass the Warriors? The answer is almost certainly not enough. Should LeBron go to LA? It's good for LeBron, the businessman, if he wants to be more than anything else a businessman. You can do worse than LA in almost every other NBA city. But would the Lakers or even the Clippers be better than the Warriors with LeBron? No way, no how, especially since you have to subtract a player from those teams. A super team requires more than one super player. That's right, sports fans. The place LeBron must go is San Antonio, Texas. There, he will be paired with arguably the next best player in the world, not KD, Kawhi Leonard, with his versatile and lethal offensive game and the best defensive game in the league. There, he will be coached by maybe the only person worthy of coaching him, Greg Popovich. There, the supporting cast is required to play defense on every trip and play Spurs basketball, the unselfish, beautiful game into which LeBron James would drop as its greatest ever practitioner. LeBron, Kawhi, maybe one more All-Star, and a cast of R.C. Buford-picked, Popovich-coached young bucks. That's the hypothetical NBA super team that should scare the Warriors. Not saying it will happen. Not saying it could happen. Just saying it should happen. And in your heart of hearts, basketball fans, you know you want to see it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what Kill for Kill has to say about that. Kill. Leonard. Oh, before you even get started, you know Leonard's not coming. And James is not going anywhere. We all know that. Supreme, we all know that what Max Kellerman said is just not gonna happen. Ortiz, before you start going in, Brian, we know it's not gonna happen. Liz, don't even start because we know it's not gonna happen. RRZZ11, no, because I know you guys. I know you guys are gonna go in. Sanchez, look, before you start blowing up my YouTube channel, what hypothetics, we know that it's not going to happen. And Mikey James, you of all people, do not start firing me up with a bunch of, yes, this could happen, and then all your anger spilling all over. No. You guys, before you go in, give me some reality. Give me some possible reality, as you guys have been doing. Because if you don't know, I read all of your comments. All of them. Okay? And I get new subscribers every day. All right? So, and the reason why I'm saying don't go in on me as far as hypothetics that aren't going to happen, because listen, I am a 100% believer that LeBron James is going to win no matter who's on his squad in 2018. I said it last year. I said it before the end of the finals, and I'm saying it right now again. I've been saying it and saying it and saying it. He's going to lose in 2017. He's going to win in 2018. Now, beyond that, I think the Spurs are going to win. And I think the Spurs are actually going to go to the finals. Now, I'm a little iffy on that, but I'm just throwing that out there. It's not because the Spurs have a better team. I'm saying that simply because they're going to have to change something up here. These two super teams are just not going to be the apex of basketball, and everybody's just going to sit back quietly and not say anything. It's going to be like, no, we can't keep doing this. We don't want to keep seeing the same teams. It's obviously lopsided. Something's going to give. They're going to talk to the GMs. Those GMs are going to make a move that's going to hurt their chances of going, and it's just going to be like, you do it or else, because we don't want to keep losing all these fans. It's just like, get rid of one of these guys, make up some goofy reason why they're being traded. Say somebody got hurt. Which one of you said that Chris Bosh might have his injury might be fake? Well, listen, for one, it's not an injury. He has blood clots. But you guys say, hey, it might be a fake report. He might come back. I'm like, okay, what if Chris Bosh does come back? Now, that's some hypothetical that's actually possible. But right now, the NBA is like, no. But what if he does come back? What if Chris Bosh goes to Cleveland? Okay? Kawhi Leonard, stay where you're at. Stay where you're at, Kawhi Leonard, because you were the only reason why the Spurs even made it to the playoffs. I mean, the Warriors clowned you, but at least you were there. Stay where you are. Don't go nowhere. No, we don't want to see Kawhi Leonard go to Cleveland. That's not what we want. So you guys can throw some hypothetics at me, because I'm going to make a video about it. Okay? I really, 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 really am. Let me read some more of these comments before I go outside. John Whiting replied, Avery Tate, CP3, is a free agent. Why would we trade Melo? Okay, so the big talk is Melo. I've talked about that in my last video. The big talk is having Melo, and with Melo even out the score. Well, Leonard is better than Melo. I mean, there's just that. Leonard's better than Melo. Will that be enough super to beat Golden State? I don't know. Brian Ortiz, he liked the joke I made about Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson, making calls to trade number 2 picks. Okay, that's Supreme Allah. Talking about the Lakers and making a trade. Zope Colo, what you have to say about it? You haven't really commented on. Oh, you commented about my last video I made about you. I still haven't forgot about you, highlights. I am cutting your video up so I can put it on YouTube, because right now it's too large. Jay Edwards commented. He said, I agree with trading Love. Yeah, we all agree with trading Love. Because we need the space. We need the cap space to trade Love. Thank you, Jay Edwards. Jay Edwards lines up on the perimeter. He shoots and scores. Jay Edwards is on fire. Thank you for your comment, bro. Ham, just playing 2020 commenting. He said Rasheed Wallace was a crazy player too. Yeah, he was. Rasheed Wallace, Charles Oakley, and it was Sprewell who choked his coach. That was from my last video. Yeah, you guys, I was actually in the club and saw Sprewell. I went to Chicago. He was in there dancing. He pulled up with a Lamborghini. And when he just pulled up, he didn't pull up and park. He pulled up, popped his doors. A guy came out, jumped in it, and went and parked it. Sprewell, he was a nutcase. Okay, so, yeah, building a super team. Draymond Green. Donald Gilbert, my dude, said something that, you guys, let's go outside. Donald Gilbert comes down. He lines up on the perimeter, shoots from the outside. Donald Gilbert is on fire. Don, what you say? You said something that made me go, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Donald Gilbert. He said that Magic Johnson had a love child. And that love child just happened to be Draymon Green. Shut your miggity mouth. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Na 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 na. Oh my goodness. Is that true? Can you do some research on that, bro, and find out, is Draymond Magic Johnson's child? We'll get back to the discussion about the super team, but is that right? Draymond Green is Magic Johnson's little boy or big boy? And not only that, Donald, you was like, hey, Draymond don't really have no skills. He's just being, look. This is the game within the game, folks. He said, Draymond ain't really got no skills. He's just being, pretty much pushed along because he's Magic Johnson's, kid. I'm like, why ain't he playing on the Lakers? Why is he playing on the Lakers? Boy, for one. Two, why haven't we heard anything about him being sick? Because of the whole AIDS thing. Because it's a sexually transmitted disease. So I've heard nothing about that. Just those two facts alone just makes my antenna go up and say, maybe it's just rumor. But Don, I never heard that before. But you guys are deeper into basketball than I am. But I'm surprised that there's even such a rumor out there to say that. Now, Draymond Mama is a very chocolate woman, very dark skinned, same as Magic. And Draymond is, he's a very, very dark skinned dude. So I'm just saying, he's got the height. He's got basketball skills. I don't know, somebody needs to do a cotton swab on Magic and Draymond and find out if that is true. Because I would like to know. Supreme, go talk to Draymond and have him do a cotton swab and then talk to Magic, and do a DNA test on those guys and, tell us what happened. Give us the report. Supreme, he probably already know. He'll probably send me a link and say, boom, here's the link to the story. I already knew that, bro. You late. I'm like, I'm late, bro. I'm sorry. I am late to the party. But it is just shocking to even hear that rumor. And the reason why it's shocking is, to me, is because I would figure if something like that was out there, then why isn't it out there? I mean, there's all kind of stars who have love childs. You had a one. It was a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Which one of them had? He was slept with thousands of women, almost 1 million. So babies popping up everywhere. It wouldn't surprise me none. But it's just like, why isn't it out there? Why isn't the mama talking about it? Anyways, back to the super team. And what's the possible super team? What's the possible super team? What's the hypothetic? Because the Spurs aren't going to get rid of Leonard. I'm going to tell you something. It ain't even the Spurs that aren't going to, not right now they're not. It ain't even the Spurs that are going to get rid of Leonard. It's the league that's not going to get rid of Leonard. It's not going to happen. The league is not going to let the Spurs get rid of Leonard. You want to talk about things going real lopsided, like super lopsided. Don't do that. He's in the top 5. Don't do that at all. I don't even want to see that. Oh my goodness. Did you guys just yawn? Because I yawn. It's contagious. I got mad homework to do. I haven't touched none of it. Well, I did some of it. Anyway, so there's that, you guys. What else did I want to cover? So many comments I read. I can't remember all the topics. So many new subscribers. Big up to all my new subscribers. How you guys doing? Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for stopping by. Listen to the old dude and my reasoning on the whys and wherefores. I have a lot, I have over 1,000 videos, and the majority of them are not, believe it or not, are not talking about sports and basketball. They're talking about society and, God, demons, devils, and heaven, hell, the planet Earth itself, the government, just a lot of daily stuff that's been happening in the world. So I just don't want you guys to just think I'm some kind of wannabe analyst, because I will tell you the first thing, I'm not that dude. I don't know numbers. I don't even know what number most of these people wear. I, I don't know. You got these guys who know all the, the stats. That's upper echelon. Go talk to that dude. Subscribe to upper echelon. It's a pretty. Those guys know all the stats, man. I don't know any of the stats. All I do is give my reasoning on why the NBA is fixed, on why it's obviously fixed, the reason why I stopped watching it. I try to give my 2 cents, throw in a little conjecture, and reply to your comments. And you guys have just been phenomenal and really, talking about it. You're making me actually study some parts of the NBA. I refuse to watch like a whole quarter. I may watch it just a little just to get a gist, but it's just not for me. But nonetheless, you guys, the NBA is definitely fixed. I'm glad a lot of you are waking up to it. And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm glad you guys are having fun with it. Because some of you are a little serious. Some of you are a little serious. And when you come to my channel and I'm like, yo, chill out. It's not, that's what I'm trying to get you to realize. It's just not that serious. Like, don't take that game that serious. Take your life that serious. Take your soul that serious. You know what I'm saying? But this is why when I come on my channel, I'm always singing or clowning or doing funny, because it's just not that serious. I tell you guys, I'm a dude sitting on a porch. Do I look serious right now? You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not serious. That was my Bill Cosby. I'm not really serious. I'm not serious about none of that. I clown the whole system, okay? If you guys choose to watch the NBA, watch it. Just don't be serious. Don't go out and start tipping over cars and beating people up. If your team loses, don't go out and start manhandling old ladies and playing a knockout game with 80-year-old men. Don't do that. Just be like, When the Steelers lose, I'm like, I couldn't tell you what they did last year. I'm from Pittsburgh. That was my team for the longest. Grew up watching them. Me and Joe Green. Loved, Terry Bradshaw, the bus. I can't tell you what they did last year. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a full football game. It's just not that serious to me. If it's on, I'm like, okay. I'm bored. That's it. All right. I'm not telling you don't watch it. I'm telling you just know that it's a game within a game. There's a system built around it to make you, to get you emotion. There's a spiritual system built around it to get you emotionally tied to something that has nothing to do with you and your life and its immediate existence. If you lived where Golden State is, wherever that is, when Cleveland won last year, if you lived in Cleveland, the direct effect on it, for them winning, the immediate effect, there's no immediate effect except, okay, my team won. Now, there's a long-term effect from them winning, which is money coming into your city. Now, that makes a difference. Now, there are some jobs that could open. Now, if you want to cheer for that, I don't have no problem with that, because Cleveland is a poor city, okay? Very, very poor city. You go to Cleveland, it's a whole new crime system. It's just like Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new crime system. And some things just ain't going to be fixed with money, because some people they're just criminals. That's all there's to it. But nonetheless, some things can be fixed with money, Yeah. I lived in Pittsburgh when Pittsburgh steel was the big thing during the wars and all that other stuff. And when the steel mills start shutting down, the houses start shutting down, and the place where I live was completely torn down. Talbot Towers, there's not one building left there. It's a mill. They came in and told us all to leave. And all 5 of the buildings, which had 44 apartments in them each, were torn down. It was like we never existed. It's like we were never there. Braddock, Pittsburgh used to be a bustling place back in the 70s. Used to be a bustling place. Braddock Avenue was the place to go. Storefronts everywhere. Gone. And I watched it. I watched store after store after store after store close. Shut down. Schools. My brother's school. Shut down. It's just, so, yeah. I mean, there is a long-term effect that happens in sports, because of some sports. There is a very, very long-term effect because people don't come see those players. People don't, people aren't interested in seeing your team if your team sucks. That's all revenue. I get that. But I'm saying, don't put so much into it where it just captivates you like you're speeding home to watch the game. Don't do that. You speed home and never make it. You know what I'm saying? Love you guys, man. You guys are all right. You know what I'm saying? And one day, we're going to have a YouTube party. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys know what city I'm in. And, I'm going to stop by your city. And we going to go somewhere and hang out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I might do a little traveling. Meet up with you guys. And hopefully we can get a couple people together, guys and ladies. And, we can go crash one of them wingding places that have the games up. You know what I'm saying? And we'll have some wings. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sit up there and have some wings, jaw jack. I catch a bus or a plane and get on out of there and go, hang out with a couple other people. So I'm hoping to do that. I'm going to tell you what city I'm going to be in next. I'm going to New York next. Not sure what part of New York, but I got to go in there. On the 23rd, I think I'll be in New York. Then I got to go from New York that night, and I have to drive, so I won't be there long. I have to drive from New York to Pittsburgh, where I'm from. So I'll be in Pittsburgh for a night. For a whole night, I have to drop a truck off. So I'll be there in Pittsburgh for a whole night. So if any of you guys are from Pittsburgh, and I think one of you are from Ortiz. No, it's not Ortiz. My man, because he's talking about the Pens. Pittsburgh Penguins. He's from Pittsburgh, so I'll be in Pittsburgh. So if you guys, want to meet up, have a burger, you know what I'm saying? Talk some stuff. I mean, I'll do that with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing. I'll leave Pittsburgh the next day, and then I'll be in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what part of North Carolina just yet, but, you guys are in any of those cities, are going to be in any of those cities, and you want to meet up, we can exchange information, go somewhere, have some fries, soda, and, hang out for a minute. No big deal. It's your boy Tone 202, man. You guys take care. The NBA is fixed.